fact that you can only have 10 people in a hangout at one time. But with a live broadcast anyway, you don't want a lot of people in the room because it can get a bit hard work to handle at times. And you can have an unlimited live audience anyway, so because it's just a video online, live video, anybody can connect and watch, and as I said, it's on your website.
So anyone can link into this URL and see it?
Yeah, there's actually a YouTube link. They should all be on the event page on Google Plus. And
yeah.
Laura, did you send it on Eventbrite as well?
It's on the event, yeah.
Yeah. So it's on YouTube as well.
So how do you know who's actually on? We've got 28 guests. How many of those do we know who's actually joined us for the live event? Do we know that one?
Wayne will be able to give us the live statistics. Have we got a lot of live viewers there?
Yes, we have a lot of this heavily outside of that, or at least online, so we have active viewers right now online.
Okay. There's only 5 active viewers online.
And though, if the audience can hear me, we heavily promote Awake for Change TV's events online because they're only online, only broadcast to a live audience, and they're not in person. Anywhere between 100 and 200 live responses to say yes or maybe, and then a smaller portion of those show up, but 30 to 50 can show up in a live event. And we just started the show, and we're changing. So this is just the baby steps that we're taking to get to the goal.
So how do you go about finding those people that have the same passion as you? So if you were Joel, with that huge passion that he has, how would you find other people like that on Google Plus or Google Hangouts? Because, you know, if they've got started talking, they're going to start
So it's simple enough. Set up your profile on Google Plus. Tell people about who you are, what you do, and what you're passionate about. And then you can search for people who share the same interests. You've got the search box actually at the top of Google Plus. You can search for information, you can search for events, you can search using hashtags. And instead of connecting with people like you would on Facebook, where you both have to be friends with one another, you have circles. And circles is really a true power of Google Plus actually, because you can organise people via circles. And it's very much like a mailing list where you've got certain interests within a certain part of your mailing list, and then you've got different interests, so that you can view content by those passions, and you can also find people and add them to your circles. So again, I didn't mention this in the Twitter side of things, but it's like following people. They don't need to follow you back, but you can easily find people who share the same passion and interest just by using search. And I would say that the best way to do that on Google Plus is get involved with events, because events is where the magic happens, you could say. Collaboration takes place, and you really start to connect to people. Even actually in the comment stream of the events, you build relationships through that. Because again, it's all people coming together with the same shared interest of what the event's all about. So,
Google Plus and Hangouts, really big in America.
Yeah.
Having slight issues in Europe.
Yeah.
Why? It's brilliant.
Why?
I mean, what I've seen now, I'm just like, seriously? He does all this? I'm just amazed. I had no idea at all.
Yeah.
So what's the issue? This is just like free TV.
It is like free TV.
Yes, what more do you want?
And in some respects, I would sometimes take this over TV, because I can connect with people that got a lot of knowledge and a lot of passion, and they can share it through a Hangout. But to be honest, I can't give you an answer to that. But I think a lot of the UK audience see Google Plus as a search benefit and just being able to be found online. And that's why today I wanted to share with you the fact that it's not about search. In fact, if we look at search and how it's changed, I was watching a Hangout the other day from a friend of mine, William Rock, and Lee Rickler as well. They were talking about how search has changed. And in terms of search, it has moved away from keywords, so more of a relational search, but more of a semantic search, whereby it looks at all the content you're posting, it looks at where you're posting the content, and how you're posting the content as well when you're posting on a device. So it takes so much into play nowadays. But in terms of the social signals as well, if you're getting a lot of likes, plus ones and shares on all your content, then yeah, you're going to be ranked for it. People are going to see you as some influencer within your field. And by connecting with people that share the same passion, you can build it a lot quicker. You know. But as I said, like with myself and Wayne, it was all about finding someone that had the same values, ideals, beliefs that could help align myself with what I was doing, so that we could build something that was integral with us. You know.
Can I just ask, just from, I've no experience with this, but I do find a couple of things very useful on Facebook.
Yeah.
One is that for people who've been on my workshops, that they can perhaps have a secret group where they can support one another.
Yeah.
And the other one is that some of my ex-students like to kind of Facebook message me, get a bit of coaching through sort of instant messaging. Are those sort of more private activities available on Google?
Yeah, although Google Plus is a public network, myself and Wayne have a private community. It's completely private. If anybody wants to join, they can see the community online, but they have to ask to join. But it can be completely private in that aspect as well. But all of your Hangouts are private anyway, so your messages on the right hand side, and obviously you can have those private Hangouts, video Hangouts, so that you can obviously work in a different way. And if you did want to, and some of the people that I train live through Hangouts, but live private. So it's a private live YouTube video, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's all recorded, the information can then be passed on. But yeah, you can use it in many different ways, public or private. And it's the same with posts as well. So all your posts and information will be private to individuals or public to the world. So.
Stuart, you start.
So being part of a Hangout, does that have a SEO benefit if you were to do it for a client, or is it more person to person?
I think it all plays into part of SEO as well. But if you're running private Hangouts, then it's obviously not going to affect your ranking at all, because it's not going to be indexed. But your live Hangouts will always be indexed by YouTube and Google Plus as well. So yeah, does that make sense? So it will help your ranking.
So how are they going to index it if it's video content?
Well, because it's on YouTube, it's on Google Plus as well, and all your pages on Google Plus are indexed. Every post on Google Plus, I don't want to go into too much detail, but every post on Google Plus is its own page in its own right, and so is every event as well. So that will be indexed like your website's indexed as well. And your website can actually be tied to your Google Plus page. So your website now has a relationship with Google Plus as well. So it's helping you ranking that.
In fact, can I just jump in and say something? It's a really good example of a textile artist called Dion Swift. And the sort of background to this is that Google, I think generally a lot of people are quite critical of Google Plus it hasn't quite taken on as a social network in the same way. And Google kind of tried a little bit to reverse the power hold by, if you have a Google Plus profile, it gives you an expanded search listing when you search for your domain. So Dion Swift's a really good example, where when you search for Dion Swift, actually the whole right-hand side of the search results are taken up by her Google Plus content, and that pushes all of the other results down. So it's a really, really good way of dominating in search by being active on Google Plus, having Hangouts and other content posted on there. It just makes you own that first page of results, basically.
Is that only in the case of your personal kind of profile on Google Plus, or is that in the case of your business profile? And if that's different, how should you use your business profile, which you can have differently to your personal profile?
I mean, many have benefits. I actually did a post about this the other day. Many have Google Plus pages have a lot of benefits, and also profiles have a lot of benefits, but the truth is people want to connect with people nowadays, they don't want to connect with brands. So if you've got a logo, you've got information about your brand and what you do, that's not really personally connecting with people. So I always generally post as my personal profile, and I also post on my business page. But whenever I'm doing a Hangout, I will set up the Hangout as my business profile. This is a small little tip. And I'll interact with my personal profile, so that I'm getting the leverage from my business page, but I'm connecting personally with each and every individual and not connecting people with a brand.